Welcome to my channel Click for Tech. Today we are going to discuss about the topic Web 3.0. Internet technology is one of the key inventions from the 20th century. It was introduced in the year 1990 and it evolved into three generations. Web 1.0 is the period between 1990 and 2005. Web 2.0 started in 2005 and continuing till date. Web 3.0 starts now with a new technology called decentralized application. In this video, we are going to see how Web 1.0 and Web 2.0 was useful to us in the past 3 decades and what is a decentralized application technology going to come in Web 3.0. In initial period of Web 1.0, Internet was used to host static file content in the form of HTML files, mainly used for hosting documentation and blog. User can use a personal computer to access the web server using the browser application. Netscape Navigator and Internet Explorer are the browser used at that period, along with static services. And user interactive dynamic services was also introduced later in mid 90s over internet. For example, email and chat services was introduced by Yahoo, Hotmail, AOL. Government was started providing online services for their citizens. Major banks was also started providing online banking services in which user can view transaction and make online money transfer by just sitting in front of a personal computer. Academic institutes was started providing registration service for academic courses over internet. During Web 2.0 period, a lot of new user equipment has been introduced with internet accessing capability. For example, smartphones was launched by which user can access the internet services on the go. And thanks to the evolution of the telecom services during this period, by which 3G and 4G launched all over the world, which gives better internet services for the users who are in transit. Next, a wearables got introduced, which is more than a wristwatch. It can track our health conditions like heart rate, O2 levels, and our physical activities, and update to the connected smartphone. And a lot of smartphone apps can push their notification and information to it. Some of the wearables can accept SIM card as well, by which we can make calls. IoT devices got launched at this period. A lot of home devices like camera, washing machine, refrigerator, light can connect to the internet via home Wi-Fi, by which user can control or monitor these devices far away from home. Even in industries also, IoT devices started getting used to track and control manufacturing units with less human resources. These are the changes happened on the front end side. A lot of new services gets introduced in back end as well. For example, social media services introduced like Facebook, Insta, WhatsApp, YouTube, Telegram, by which users were able to communicate with people around the globe. Video on demand services like Netflix, Amazon, etc. started in this period, by which user can stream the video content to their devices. Computing and storage resources has been provided as a service from internet by big players like Google, AWS, Azure, by which user can easily access computing resources and pay as they use. With the help of these cloud resources, internet-based business service provider like cab hailing services, delivery service can start their business by using cloud resources initially without investing heavily on the on-premise data center. Another interesting changes in this period is edge computing, which are very similar to cloud servers but sits close to the user on the ISP premise to serve the user request with much lesser latency. A lot of VOD and social media services has leveraged these edge computing to provide better quality of service. In Web 3.0, decentralization technology is going to be used to build services for users without any trusted entity. All the internet services so far we have seen in Web 1.0 and Web 2.0 are provided by a server from a public or private organization. These services are centralized applications. If tomorrow any one of those organizations decides to stop the service, then it is a huge setback for the user. That is the important problem in centralized application in internet. In decentralized technology, each user forms a network for communication or data operation in which there is no governing entity. Each user validates all others' operation or communication, and each user holds a complete set of data. So, no need of a centralized data center to store data or computation. So, this decentralized technology is going to remove centralized server which is getting deployed and operated by a single party. Application runs on decentralized technology is called dApps, decentralized applications. It runs on a network of computers using peer-to-peer technology instead of running on a single server. It uses a smart contracts to complete the transaction between two entities without the need for third party. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Litecoin are the initial dApps which was created using this technology. But apart from this, there are a lot of applications has been developed using these technologies. For example, storage. Unused storage space of a personal computer can be rented out for the other users. Other participants on the network can utilize it and pay a minimal fee. Then Helium. Helium provides a feasibility for participants to rent their unused bandwidth from their internet connection by sharing Wi-Fi hotspot to other participants. So Helium user can access the internet all over the world from the other Helium users by paying a minimal fee. Let us look into the advantages and disadvantages of dApps. No need of a trusted third party for authenticating the desired operation. Each user gets a copy of the complete data in the form of distributed ledger, and it can be verified with less computing power. If a user modifies the ledger, it will not get accepted by all the other users in the network. There is no single entity who handles all the tasks. Because of this, there is no single point of failure. In centralized application, there is a high chance of no service or poor service in case of failure or exhaustion on the server. Even recently, Facebook and YouTube was not accessible for certain duration due to technical glitch. First disadvantage is limitation on scaling. If the data becomes much larger, it would be hard for all nodes to store and process it. So scaling would be challenging. After deployment, software code of dApps would be hard to modify for bug fixes. We come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching and please provide your feedback and queries in comments.